Hello ladies and gentlemen, there's going to be another cast by Atlaretv on youtube.com/AtlaretV. This is going to be a game between mtwDimaga, the famous Zerg player from the Ukraine, I believe. He's a very, very popular player from Europe. Dimaga, he's a very high level player, spawning down here in the, I'd say 2 o'clock position on Metalopolis. And it looks like he's going to be versing the Protoss player from Millennium, the French team, called Feast. Feast is doing quite well at the moment, actually. He's been getting a lot of hype behind himself in light of his recent results in IM Sao Paulo, which is pretty good, in Brazil. He did quite well. Well, he is doing quite well, rather. He advanced to his groups at the current time this has been recorded, and he's, like, just powering ahead. It's really good to see. So it looks like Feast is just going to open up with a pylon on the low ground in the standard spot, so he can get a Forge down here if he wants, or a Nexus first. Probably most likely a Forge first in these positions, but in any case, it looks like nothing yet from Dimaga. Dimaga might be opting for a hatch first, I believe, because Dimaga is typically a very economic player. He usually tends to go hatch first, and it looks like Dimaga's going to see that he is scouting first, and he does see the Nexus as well, in Dimaga's point of view, so he is going to know what's going on. So in this situation, it looks like I would say Feast is probably going to go Nexus first, due to the timing of his probes right now. I mean, has he got another one queued up? He's got another one queued up, so he's going to 14, so he's going to be going for a Forge in this timing, I would expect, and it looks like Dimaga's going to go for the pull down at 15, also not a bad bet. So it looks like Forge first for Feast, probably a good call here. I mean, if the Zerg player does manage to get the probe down, then you can, it does manage to get the hatch down, then it's much more beneficial for the Protoss player to also go Nexus first if they possibly can. Besides from that, besides from that, I feel like you shouldn't go Nexus first on a lot of maps, particularly this one. Cool little patrolling angle, you know, little Feast with the really entertaining patrol and shift clicks. It's actually quite interesting to see. He's blocking this hatch very well, built a pylon as he definitely should. Even though the pulse is finishing up, whatever you can delay it is totally worth it as a Protoss player. You can delay it for as long as possible because the Zerg player is still going to play economically. It's very unlikely that he's going to go for a road shoreline after this, especially with this timing, because he wants to get gas first, and he will and you know, Feast will be ready for it now, that's the thing. So he has to wait an extra few seconds for these links to pop out. It's going to be 6 links popping out, and it looks like Feast is going to get his Nexus going down, and it looks like the Overlord will scout that, of course, because the Overlord is just on top. He'll move that when a cannon goes down, and that'll be that. But besides from that, he gets free scouting information here, and it looks like Feast is still going to keep his probe alive, and it looks like Dimaga's going to expand straight to the 3rd expansion first, then kill everything with these lings, and then probably expand back here. Very risky. Actually, it looks like Feast might be in a little trouble here. No cannon down quite yet, and it looks like the Zerglings are going to move out. Very good read by Dimaga. Dimaga really on top of everything here. He just knows how it works. His second queen is queued up, of course, so he can get some creep squared put down to here, and so he can get it started. But it looks like, yeah, Feast knows that it's coming, so he's going to bring his probes here. He's going to block off this ramp here until the cannon finishes. So it looks like, oh, it's going to be really huge. He's going to lose no probes yet, no losses yet for Feast, but it looks like 2 Zerglings will get in, so they will get a bit of a scout. But now's the time when Feast can just put his probes back on the line and he'll be fine. 2 links are killing this, so it looks like Dimaga's going to go for his 3rd expansion real quick. So both players are in an alright position, so second gas is going to be starting for Feast, and it looks like he's going to harass this mineral line a bit, see if he can get some damage done. No probes lost yet by Feast, amazing micro from him. It looks like Dimaga's going to move around, and he's going to keep himself in a position where he can scout. So the second natural will be finishing momentarily for Dimaga. Kind of nice. Besides from that, the Cybernetics cores are starting now for Feast. So Feast will be going for probably a pretty aggressive build, I would imagine. Either an aggressive build or a very fast tech build into something that's pushes. I don't think Feast will be going for a 3rd here really quickly, because if you do that, you just let the Zerg get so many drones so quickly, it just feels like it's hard to catch up. You do need to put pressure, and you do need to make them build roaches or something along those lines. You can't just let them go mutas off 3 base or something in ZVP. It's just instant death. No Zealot from the gateway yet. Kind of curious. This Cybercore was quite late, actually. I mean, just in lieu of like what happened down here with the probes and the Zerglings, it just like seemed like the Cybernetics core was very, very late, as it rightfully should be. But even still, it just seems like you would at least get a Zealot or 2. Some players opt to go like 2 or 3 Zealots really quickly and just put the Zerg on the back foot, make him make an extra lot of Zerglings. Even if you don't lose those Zealots, it's just beneficial for you. More harassment by this last probe here, last Zergling here, 2 last Zerglings actually. It looks like Dimaga has kept them alive for now, which is kind of a really nice move. +1 attack upgrade has started, and Stalker has also started for Feast, so not too shabby at all. He's going for a +1, which means he's probably going to be going for a ground-based army. Blink Stalker push wouldn't be a bad bet, and it looks like more harassment by Feast. He's just keeping himself normal. 2 gases by Dimaga, so it looks like we will be seeing a very quick transition into something. I don't think we're going to be seeing Lair quite quickly. I think we're going to be seeing some Roach defense or something along those lines. It would have definitely made a difference if... It would definitely make a difference to Dimaga if he did see that this upgrades are being chrono boosted out. It's a very good sign that a lot of things are coming. I mean, it's... If you don't see that, it's not important. You should see that most of the time if the Protoss players playing off a Forge Fast Expand, you will see that getting chrono boosted. But if you're a Zerg player and you don't see it, you should always scout it, because if you don't, then you know something's going to be going on. There's going to be some sort of push. It doesn't involve a lot of gateway units or something along these lines, or he's going to expand to a third really quickly, then get double Forge or something. But it looks like a Robo going down for Feast, so it looks like Feast is going to get a Sentry as well. Not a bad move, very safe. It's a little late, but he has nothing to worry about, because he knows that 3 hatches were down for Dimaga, so he knows there's not going to be any huge early Roach Lens. Roach Run has started, and we probably will be seeing the Lair any second now. He's just got 100 gas right now off his second lot of 100 minerals, pardon me, off his metabolic boost has taken off 100 of that, and he's going to be getting his Lair any minute. He's probably going to get the +1 attack first, I would imagine. I think he can in the situation, which is right there. So that's from that. It looks like Dimaga's going to continue powering on drones, and nothing yet from the Protoss player either, though. He seems to just be continuing to build probes while he just gets his Robo finished. I think he's going to be going for very fast Colossus, actually. Very, very fast. But he's getting 3 gateways down, actually. 3 gateways is kind of a lot, but it looks like his probe is blocked by the Stalkers and Sentries, so he's going to have to move it out of the way there. And oh, it looks like, yeah, this is a really, really good transition I've been seeing a lot of Protoss players have been doing. They go for a reasonably quick Robo, reasonably quick within economic reasons, so it's, you know, whatever supply, 40 or so supply off 2 bases, and they get a Warp Prism right as they start their robotic spade, because what they've found is that they can do a bit of drop harassment with the Stalkers and the Sentries that they've built up just from, you know, safety. +1 armor is starting now. And it looks like what ends up happening is, because you don't need the Observer right then and now, if you've scattered your opponent properly, you can get a really quick, really quick Warp Prism, then an Observer, and the Observer can be used for scouting and all of that, but this Warp Prism hits at a time where it just makes it so safe to get the Robo Bay finished, and you can just get lots of Colossi out. Loads of gateways though, 6 gateways for Feast. So Feast is going to be finishing this with a quick Colossus push, probably aiming to get 2 or 3 Colossus with extended thermal lens and then range. Oh, he's going to... It looks like he's going to force field the ramp here, actually. This actually could be just a cheese, straight up. This could actually just straight up be a Warp Prism cheese, but he's going to back off now with there's so many Queens here and the Roaches coming up. But he did pull Mining. He only lost 1 Sentry, which is kind of unfortunate, because it would have had at least a lot of energy, which is kind of unfortunate for him, though. But, you know, drones were pulled in that situation, so it's okay. So the first Colossus is starting. Extended Thermal Lance is also starting. So yeah, he's just going to chrono boost a ton of units out, and he's just going to get Colossus, and he's probably going to give it a push. So it looks like the Lair has finished. More Roach production has continued. He's going to stay there with these Roaches just in case something happens. Roach speed is only 25 seconds through, and the +1 armor, the +1 Roach attack upgrade, or range attack upgrade rather, but that's really all it's used for. Upgrade has started for Dimaga. Dimaga getting Burrow and his 2nd Evo Chamber. Actually, kind of a little weird that he's getting this 4th and getting Burrow. I'm actually curious to see why he's getting Burrow at this point in time. Spire also going down, so Dimaga is kind of spreading himself a bit thin here, I feel, especially with the build that Feast is going, but I don't think Feast is really ready for it. I mean, Feast is 30 supply behind, but when you look at the drone count, I imagine it's very far behind. Dimaga's 10 drones ahead, and he's got Roaches, which means that generally you are going to be at a very huge supply lead, and it looks like more Warpins from Feast. Feast keeping his money really low. Dimaga always seems to do that, but Feast is doing very well. He's going to have to cancel this 4th hatchery. Really good timing by Feast, but he doesn't see it in time. Did he not see that? Or... yeah, he saw it. Okay, lucky. He definitely saw it, so... I was going to say, if he just popped up there and didn't see it, then I would be very worried. But it looks like he's going to complete that, but that does give Dimaga time to get Roachin and a lot of Lings. The Spire isn't done yet, so there's going to be no Corruptors or Mutas. The Mutas aren't really great in this situation here, especially when it's so late. But it looks like Feast is going to engage here. Can he split the units in half? It looks like a huge surround for Dimaga. Dimaga's actually going to do really well in this engagement. But there's 2 Colossus there at the back. They're just going to shoot away, and the Stalkers are just going to take all of the damage for the moment. The Zealots are doing a lot of damage. They all are hitting right now. Such a good position for Feast. Feast is going to warp in with that Warp Prism. No mobile air defense yet from Dimaga as the Spire finishes, and it looks like Feast is in a really good position here. He's closing the supply gap a bit in the situation. He's going to move forward with this Warp Prism so he can warp in straight in the battle. He's going to stop this upgrade, which is really important. That's already a huge win for Feast, because Feast is at 1-1, and he's probably going to be getting 2-2 soon, if this push doesn't work and he is even. But, you know, if he can stop Dimaga from getting a higher upgrade count, then it looks like he's going to warp in lots of Zealots here, but they are going to get caught out. Actually, that's actually really not, that's not so good from Feast, rather. He's losing Zealots as he warps them in. It's not good at all. It's just, it's like standing on the supply barracks and supply depots and barracks and just shooting units as they come out as Terran. But it looks like in this battle, Feast is going to come out well ahead, but there's surrounding roaches and all that. It is actually not going very well for Feast at all. He's losing lots and lots of units. It's coming down to having warp-ins getting snapped. His Colossus are in a horrible position, and there's units from all sides. He does pick up the Colossus, and he's killing units with the Colossus in the Warp Prism. Such good play from Feast, actually. I'm actually so impressed with that. And it looks like this is going to be so close. The Immortals come out, the Colossus is sniped, and it looks like Feast is going to be really far behind this situation, and Feast GG's there. Now, it's really weird in that situation because it looked like Dimaga was so far behind, but what really happened here? This engagement went quite well for Feast, but it wasn't bad for Dimaga. He had this small distance, which it didn't look like a lot of distance from here to here. It actually doesn't look like a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, if you think about it, the Warp Prism has to be moved. There wasn't any real pylons close. This is actually not that close, even though it's right there. It doesn't seem like that close. You can't move forward and then have warp-ins here. You just can't do that. It just doesn't work. You just lose because you're just streaming units in. You want units right there in the battle with you or really close. You know, Dimaga droned really hard. He didn't have the tech really to defend this in terms of corruptors or something, but he had I'm not going to say. He had a lot of roaches there, and it just, like, did not pay out. It just did not work out for Feast. He got his Colossus sniped, which was perhaps a big deal. In this situation here, you don't want units here, here, and here. You just want units either here, or units coming down the ramp here. A force field on the ramp would have been very helpful, but you lose a lot of his sentries early, but this is a big deal. You need to just have units there. You can't have everything surrounding you. It's good micro with the Colossus, but in the end, it just wasn't enough. Thank you. This has been a cast by Atlaretv. Subscribe, like, or comment if you liked my cast. Leave me feedback as well. Whatever is good. Thank you.